you seen LeBron James? He's like 6'9", 260 pounds. Michael Jordan's era, there was like literal grocery baggers who got NBA contracts, like mailmen. Next on the list, we're going to talk about LeBron James got called out by two different players today, or at least in the last couple of days. So this is another pet peeve of mine, let's call it. So Rasheed Wallace, a member of the Pistons team that won the NBA championship 2004, rose quickly in that 2004 season, was a great two-way kind of player. And Rasheed Wallace ran his mouth about LeBron James. Now, if there's anybody you're going to run your mouth about, you probably shouldn't run your mouth about an undisputed top 5 player of all time. I would say an undisputed top 2 player of all time. But he did, because people like to talk, and Rasheed Wallace said, LeBron probably would have done good with his physical stature, him being bigger than the majority of the rest of his players, but I don't think he would be as successful as he is now. It's a whole different era back then. So this is Rasheed Wallace commenting on if LeBron James was playing in Rasheed Wallace's era. Well, the problem with this statement, before I even get into the old head mentality and how fucking stupid it is, LeBron James did play in Rasheed Wallace's era. In fact, LeBron James single-handedly beat Rasheed Wallace's Detroit Pistons in a playoff series. And when I say single-handedly, I am not exaggerating. In game 5 of that series against the Pistons, LeBron James scored the final 25 points for the Cavaliers. No other player for 25 points straight in a span that went from the fourth quarter to overtime. No other player on the Cavs scored a bucket other than LeBron. This is LeBron James playing in Rasheed Wallace's era. We're gonna watch LeBron James completely torch that Pistons team. We're also gonna show you what LeBron has done to Rasheed Wallace in Rasheed Wallace's era. This is LeBron James. This is him dunking the basketball all over Rasheed Wallace. This is LeBron James dunking the basketball all over, guess who? Rasheed Wallace. So not only did LeBron play in that era with Rasheed Wallace, LeBron James was still on a rookie contract at the time, was still the best player on the court by an absolute mile, and put on one of the greatest, arguably the greatest playoff performances, single game playoff performances of all time. And we're gonna watch what LeBron did in that series. So let's set the stage. This is game 5, the usual winner of game 5 in a 2-2 series. Usually the winner of a game 5 in a 2-2 series wins the series. It is currently, I'm blocking it. It is currently 81-88 for the Pistons with 3 minutes remaining. Nobody else on the Cavaliers will score a basket from here until the end of overtime, other than LeBron. The 3-minute video. LeBron walking through the Pistons defense, shooting from everywhere, and especially in the fourth quarter. Especially in the fourth quarter. LeBron in the fourth quarter was absolutely unconscious. I mean, the whole time. And let's rewind a bit. That is 5 Detroit Pistons players who know LeBron is not passing this, who still cannot stop him scoring. It's a box and one. They know LeBron is driving. For these guys, once he's getting beat up here. Once he's beat, there are 4 guys who need to stop him getting a bucket. They don't. Cleveland take the lead 89-80. Detroit up by 2. And once again, Detroit, I will reiterate, in Rasheed Wallace's era, cannot stop LeBron. I believe that was Rasheed Wallace just over there. I believe this is Rasheed Wallace, who does absolutely nothing and refuses to get in the way of a human freight train. They literally can't stop him. In Rasheed Wallace's era. This is overtime right now. And LeBron getting his free throws. Here's LeBron. Again, no answer. I mean, like, we do have to acknowledge the absolutely horrid defending from the Pistons all over this video. Regardless, I believe that's Rasheed right there. Regardless of the bad defense, LeBron evidently can play in that era extremely effectively. A lot of free throws. That's the only way they could really stop him. Bad defense plus great offense. Now this is the point of the game. I gotta say something here. This is the point of the game where the Pistons have acknowledged that nobody else on the Cavs is going to get a bucket for the duration of this game. There are 5 players dedicated to stopping LeBron. There's a double team right here. This is Rasheed Wallace helping when LeBron inevitably beats them. These are 2 guys who are at least like a tough pass away from getting there, who have only their eyes on LeBron James. What does LeBron do? Too good. Pass to double. Rasheed. Hey, Rasheed. Maybe get a hand up next time. Does that. Rasheed's right here. This is Rasheed Wallace. A hand up can do wonders sometimes. Couldn't stop him on in this game. We're in double overtime now. They have literally sent 5 guys to defend LeBron. They are cheating so heavily. They are running only ISOs for LeBron. All 5 players on Detroit know it's ISOs for LeBron. Look at them. Look at them. They're all watching him. Step back. Great defense there. That's just nuts. That's just nuts. Here's LeBron. Like, I mean, learn, guys. Go play defense on this guy. How do you... Now, like, they doubled down on only LeBron. They tripled down. They've, like, quadrupled down here. They're all defending LeBron. They don't even care about these guys. They're all defending LeBron. And still, they can't stop him. And still, they can't stop him. Incredibly. Jordan-esque. This is LeBron time, baby. And I don't know why they're hanging this poor guy out to dry up top. You know what's gonna happen. LeBron, like a hot knife through excruciatingly hot butter. I mean, that's a hot knife through water. Like, it just went, and LeBron carves through. Tough layup, easy. Rasheed Wallace and co can do. There's Rasheed, who every time there's a highlight of LeBron driving to the rim, Rasheed gets out of the way. So, I mean, Rasheed Wallace wants to talk about how tough the NBA was. Rasheed Wallace could take notes, because every highlight we've seen of LeBron driving to the rim, Rasheed Wallace does this. He's right here, and he runs away. Did you really think LeBron was going to kick it out? You know what? At that point, LeBron has scored 23 points in a row for the Cavs. I am going to let somebody else score just so it's not LeBron, just so they can prove they can score. You know what I mean? Like, you don't defend a guy from 3 until he hits one, and then you go, okay, now I got to go play some defense. And there it was. LeBron James proving that actually can play in that era. I just, on a final note, I do want to acknowledge old heads treat the NBA of the 90s like it was like a Royal Rumble cage match every night. Like, really wasn't that bad. And even if it was more physical, which it was, you adapt. Have you seen LeBron James? He's like 6'9", 260 pounds. Michael Jordan's era, there was like literal grocery baggers who got NBA contracts, like mailmen, legitimate mailmen, not nicknames, getting like NBA contracts. So don't give me that shit. Is defense harder to play now? Yeah, I'd say so. Is there more better defenders? I'd say that as well. Ultimately, you don't really want to. Ultimately, I hate comparing eras. They're different. People did what they did in every given era. LeBron did his in that era, his era. And I think he'd be successful anywhere. This is how good he is.